About 2 years ago, when Chevrolet first revealed the mid-engine supercar killing C8 Corvette, we all knew that a high-performance Z06 model was coming. I'm here at the 2022 Chicago Auto Show with the brand new 2023 Corvette Z06. Let's take a first look. So I've had an opportunity to drive the regular C8 Corvette Stingray a few times, and let me tell you, it is a truly bargain in the supercar world because Chevy, what they offer here are supercar looks at a price tag that is far undercutting a lot of its major competitors. And I expect the same thing, of course, for the Z06. This is supposed to just kind of take it to the next level. Now, this particular one that I'm showing you here is probably the most aggressive version of the Z06 that I've seen to date. Chevy, as you guys know, revealed it late last year. I actually didn't get a chance to see the vehicle in person until now, but I have to tell you guys, definitely worth the wait because just look at the front end of this car. I mean, can you think of other supercars that look just as mean for this price tag? I certainly struggle to do so. You can see this one here with the Z07 package has this carbon fiber front splitter. All of it, of course, is functional. It's going to help to add some downforce to this vehicle to give it, again, better track times, better performance. The headlights, you can see the typical headlight here with the signature LED daytime running light, the LED turn signals. You have LED low and high beams. I really like how the grille openings are larger on the Z06. It's going to need that again for the increased cooling. Now, this is a very early prototype model, so I can't open up the frunk, but remember, there is a small frunk in there because this vehicle is, just like the C8 Stingray, a mid-engine car. And this one that I'm also showing you is also the convertible version. The convertible version is actually one that I actually haven't had a chance to test out just yet, but looking at it from this profile here, I mean, this car looks sexy, gorgeous from every angle, especially in this beautiful orange color. The Z07 package that this one has also adds things like the carbon fiber wheels, the carbon fiber brakes, the Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, which again, very sticky. These are 275s in the front. The rear tires are 325s. So again, rear wheel drive car, but Chevy says because it's mid-engine, because the engine is on the back of the vehicle, it's gonna give us that better traction. Now, speaking of which, coming over here, I can't actually show you guys the engine because on the convertible models, you can't actually lift up the rear hatch because of the top that's gonna go back here. But let's talk about the powertrain because we can't talk about that when we have a Z06. We have to talk about that when we have a Z06. We have a 5.5 liter flat plane crank naturally aspirated V8. That V8 is going to rev to 8,600 RPM. That's right, 8,600 RPM, which means this vehicle is going to compete with cars like the Porsche 911 GT3, which also has a high revving naturally aspirated engine. The numbers are 670 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. So that powertrain, that power figure means this engine makes well over 100 horsepower per liter, and it actually is the most powerful naturally aspirated production V8 in the world. That's at least what Chevrolet claims. They're also claiming that performance is going to be impressive. 0-60 in 2.6 seconds when you use the launch control. It's going to use an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. There's no manual for this vehicle, and like I said earlier, it's rear wheel drive, of course, with mechanical limited slip differential. Those are the only performance stats that I have as of now. Chevy says this car will go into production later this year, and I hopefully will be able to drive it later on. Now, you can see here with the Z07 package, the rear spoiler here, the carbon fiber rear wing spoiler is practically a table. I could probably eat my lunch off of it. It's going to add functional downforce, of course. It's going to give it a more aggressive look. The rear diffuser here, you can see, is unique to the Z06, as is the exhaust. The regular Corvette has quad exhausts that are kind of pushed outward. This has the more classic looking center mounted style with the quad exhaust. They look fantastic. The engine sounds really good. I sadly cannot fire up and show you guys here while we're at the auto show, but I have heard a couple of videos on it. It is a glorious sounding engine. Now, I do want to show you guys the interior, so let's go ahead and hop inside there and see what this interior is like. Now, I can't actually sit in the interior or open the door, but you can see here with the convertible model, you have all of this open air freedom here, which is beautiful. I love this kind of white two-tone leather with the genuine carbon fiber. You have the same kind of technology. You have the fully digital 12-inch display here, an 8-inch display there with Chevrolet MyLink. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And you can see the Z06 has these full kind of carbon fiber on the steering wheel where you have a flat bottom and a flat top with these carbon fiber paddle shifters. And the interior itself, Chevy really outdid themselves. I mean, the Corvette, the C7 had a pretty nice interior, but this is world class. I mean, there's no evidence of cost cutting whatsoever in this cabin, in the design, on the exterior, on the interior, to the engine performance. The Corvette is genuinely a world-class supercar. but at a price tag that is just crazy. Now, speaking of which, if you guys are looking to buy this vehicle, you can go and order it today, and Chevy hasn't technically announced pricing for this car yet. Actually, they already sent the first Z06 to Barrett-Jackson a couple weeks ago, and it sold for $3.6 million. Now, obviously that went to charity, but I'm gonna estimate this car when it does go on sale in the summer of 2000, or in the beginning of 2023, should be around $90,000. Typically, the Z06 is around $25,000 more versus the base Corvette. I'm gonna say that's around the same thing. I mean, obviously $90,000 is a lot of money, but when you consider this car competes with a Porsche 911 GT3, which is easily double the price, it's gonna be one of the bargain supercars of the century. But with all that said, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. For Redline Reviews here at the 2022 Chicago Auto Show, I'm Sofyan Bey.